Well, shit. Okay, so there is no Beaver at this current time. Erica is still at work, and Rusty has not quite made it. So it's just me, Robert, and we are live. So, what the hell are we doing now? This is going to be interesting. Amy Joe's already here. Hello, Amy Joe. Glad you're here. At least I'm not by myself. All right. So Beaver will be here any moment now. We didn't do any intro music. Cause well, fuck it. I didn't know how to do the intro music. I clicked go live and I thought it was just gonna do its thing, and it did. It was like, hey, motherfucker, we're live. Have a nice night. And I was like, all right then. Well, I guess that works. So well, there's Beaver.
Ah, did you go live without me?
I did go live without you, and we didn't have any intro music. I thought it did it all by itself, so I just
No, it's under the media assets.
and then it's like, "Hey, fat ass, you're live," and I was like, "Oh no."
All right, hold on. Let's do the disclaimer at least.
Beaver After Dark is not for all audiences. It will be dealing with adult topics and adult situations. Each host will be giving an opinion and is in no means an expert. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, bitches, that's it. We're not going to do the music. Sorry, I am late. I was at a fundraiser for an animal shelter, and those of you who know me
nice.
know that I am always trying to do what's good for the animals. So
Did you cry?
No, I was drinking vodka, so I'm kind of drunk right now. Excuse me.
Oh, so you was just punting shelter animals.
Yeah, I was not punting them. Sorry, I just whacked my microphone. I was thank you, Amy Jo. Thank you. I am pretty awesome, if I don't say so myself. Uh I literally walked in, signed in Robert's live, so I'm kind of like scrambling right now. Excuse me. So, welcome to Beaver After Dark. I apologize for my lateness. It was a fundraiser where you basically go to this restaurant, say that you're there for the animal shelter, and a percentage of the proceeds of your meal go to the company or to the dog shelter. Plus, they had a jar out that you can make a donation and stuff. And so I ate dinner and I was drinking dirty martinis. And now you can see I got flushed cheeks because I was drinking.
Beaver.
Rusty has
so, like later, if you want to send me some pics, oh yeah.
Hey, Rusty, thanks for being on time. I appreciate that.
Whatever.
So we are going to just start out with some interesting stories I found, and I apologize. I am totally out in left field because I was, not expecting to be this late, but they messed up the person's meal that I was with and they had to send it back. And then there was this whole thing going on. So,
whatever.
I know. I'm a hot freaking mess right now. I'm just trying to pull up all the.
You are hot. You are hot, Beaver.
Look, Rusty, how this went like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Before we were supposed to go live, Beaver's like, "Hey, I'm at dinner. Can you go ahead and go live or whatever?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I just clicked the little go live thing, and I'm sitting here just patiently waiting. I'm like, I don't hear no music, and then it just pops up. It's like, "Hey, fucker, you're live," and I was like, "Oh shit!" I thought it did its thing, but apparently,
because you didn't pay attention to the fact that you have to literally click a button. But let's just talk about things that we take for granted that apparently Gen Z doesn't even know exists.
Oh wow.
I saw this today and I literally thought this had to be some type of Babylon Bee bullshit, but it's not. Okay.
Wow.
This is a legitimate article from the New York Post, and the title is Gen Z coffee lovers discover new way to combat insane Java prices with new home cafe trend. I'm sorry, you didn't know you could make coffee at home?
Yeah, no shit.
Is this a fucking joke? Is this for real?
No, actually, that's probably a brilliant marketing term by somebody. Home cafe, which means make coffee at home.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realized my
crazy.
thing.
Well,
yeah.
Well,
So
here's the thing though about Gen Z and what worries me with this is, it's become ever so popular. You know, Rusty, you talked about it on y'all's show. Beaver, I think you might have mentioned it on your on your show. I've talked about it on a previous show. But the cat coffee, like where this cat eats these beans and then poops them out, and it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Well, now the big thing is they're doing this same type of stuff, but with elephants. So I'm just waiting for Gen Zers to start eating and shitting out their own coffee beans and then making their coffee. Because you know it's coming.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Just so you know, there's a whole article about this. So let's get into the article, okay?
Shitting your own beans? All right.
Did you know that you can also make eggs at home? I mean, come on. It's out with the overpriced oat milk latte and in with DIY coffee. Gen Z TikTokers are ditching the expensive morning coffee runs and instead transforming their kitchens into cozy, custom coffee shops, complete with menus, pastries, and even barista uniforms in an attempt to save money.
What?
Yes, this TikToker filmed herself with a to-go cup and a custom iced coffee, captioning the video, "Reminder to make your coffee at home tomorrow, saving those $7." Are people really paying $7 for a cup of coffee? Is this a real thing?
Yes, yes, they are.
I've seen them pay like $12 for a cup of coffee.
Like,
that's insane.
No. I'm just saying no. In 2025, we will be saving money as she and her friends staged a cafe night in, complete with laptop snacks and an ambience of coffee house minus the markup. And I'm like, dude, I was cafe coffee at home before it was cool. I make my coffee at home all the time. In fact, even when I know I'm going to be on the road and I know my husband loves his Dunkin' coffee, I will still make coffee at home and take it with me because I've already paid for it. It's cheap and it's here. I don't understand what this is now.
Beaver, do you still use American Pride Roasters?
Is there any other coffee?
Right. So Amy Jo, I'm pretty sure Amy Jo and her husband are big coffee guys. So Amy Jo, I implore you, and look, cheap coffee ain't good. Good coffee ain't cheap. I implore you to go at least check out AmericanPrideRoasters.com, AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
And if you go for the Beaver coffee, you can get Happy Coffee or Thomas Coffee, and a percentage of that will go to a no-kill cat shelter in Ohio.
Yes, yes.
The previous podcast,
and the even better coffee, Off Track Syndicate, which
you're muted. No,
they don't kill the cats; they just throw them in the river.
I'm only kidding, Rusty. I unmuted you. But my favorite American Pride Roasters is the chocolate biscotti. It is amazing. I love that. So
yeah, chocolate biscotti. So so they're some of their stuff is, some of it's not flavored, some of it is flavored, but when we say flavored, it's like a hint. They don't overdo anything. So it's like you take a taste, and it's like after you swallow it, it's like, oh yeah, there's a little whatever.
And this is okay to swallow. It's not like Rusty's swallow. This is like literally okay to swallow. Okay.
Whatever, Beaver. You like to swallow. Shut up. Anyway,
the shit's overpriced in my opinion.
Now, look, it is. However, if you go look at other sites that do the coffee thing, they only give you 12 ounces for the price, like $10 for 12 ounces. American Pride Roasters, you are at a full pound, a full 16 ounces. Founding Father sample and some white chocolate caramel. There you go, Jay Sparkles.
There it is.
I love Jay Sparkles.
I would like you all to know, maybe I shouldn't say this but I am a prepper and I have a pantry basement. I have bins of dried food. I have stuff that I've canned, and I literally have a tote full of just American Pride Roasters coffee that I've put in Mylar bags and vacuum sealed, so it'll be good. If the world ends, I'm not going out with shitty coffee. I'm going to have American Pride Roasters coffee.
There you go.
The only thing I buy by the ounce is green.
Yeah, or white. But anyway, we're moving on from that because now that you know that you can make your coffee at home, what about cooking? Do you guys like to cook? You like to cook?
I love to cook. Let me clarify. I love to stand over the wife while she cooks and tell her how to cook. Absolutely. Okay. I love it. I love it.
Since you like cooking so much, I have a recipe for you in a video, and I thought that you would appreciate me sharing a new way to make turkey. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Over here, baby.
What the?
All right, we don't need the music. So what you're seeing is a woman who put a turkey in a toilet, and she's stuffing it with a tomato and onion and celery and some Lorry salt. She's putting that all over top of it. And she's just putting it into the toilet. And now she pulled it out and put it in a baking pan. And now she's putting stovetop stuffing over top of it. And a stick of butter.
Whatever. It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not real.
There it is. And now she's got her toilet turkey.
This is clearly, I'm going to get views for using a toilet. And you know, it's bullshit. Well, whatever.
I'm not sure why she put it in the toilet to begin with.
I don't either.
To do that and then put it in the oven. I mean, I guess the oven, because it gets to a certain temperature, is going to kill the germs. So is it bad?
It was a new toilet. It wasn't something that they were using, and it
how do you know? How do you know someone can just take a dump in there?
Yeah, thank you, Jay Sparkles. She did that for views. That's exactly what it was for, and so that people would comment and say a bunch of shit and blah blah blah. I hate those people. I freaking hate those people.
Yeah, you hate them, except that they're making bank. So there you go.
I still hate them.
There are people that make the weirdest concoctions, and I'm like,
nobody's
eating that.
I gotta take a bio break. I'll be right back.
The only thing you make in the toilet is wine.
Okay. Apparently that's because of people that lived in jail, that were in jail, Robert.
Yeah, I mean, it's a useful skill.
Is it? Is it a useful skill?
Yes.
All right.
Juice, sugar, and then you make your own yeast, kind of, sort of. And there you go. It's pretty rough, though. It'll give you a buzz, but.
Okay. And some type of poisoning, but all right. So since we're on the topic of food and we just talked about coffee and now we went on to the Thanksgiving turkey and new ways to make it, how about we talk about soft drinks? Because you're going to need something to wash down the other shit. Do you know that there was a U.S. tourist who was arrested for sailing to a remote island and leaving a can of Coke for the world's most isolated tribe to try? Yes, they were arrested. An American tourist has been arrested for allegedly traveling to a restricted reserve on a remote island and leaving behind a can of Coke as an offering for the world's most isolated tribe to try. Mihelko Victrovia, blah, 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 24, was arrested in India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands on Monday after he allegedly visited the prohibited tribal reserve. He arrived in Port Blair, the capital city of Andaman and Nicobar Islands, on March 26th and sailed across a 25-mile strait from Kumar Dera Beach to North Sentinel Island on a makeshift craft 3 days later. He arrived at the Forbidden Island's northeastern shores on Saturday around 10 a.m. using binoculars, began to survey the area for signs of life. He spent roughly an hour blowing a whistle from his inflatable boat in hopes of drawing attention to himself, but received no response. He landed on the island for roughly 5 minutes, during which he collected samples, recorded a video, and left behind a can of Coke and a coconut as offering for the tribe. The tribe, which inhabits the North Sentinel Island, are considered a particularly vulnerable tribe. They are reportedly hostile towards outsiders and have killed people in the past who approached or landed on the island. So he's even lucky to be alive.
Whatever.
Oh,
Look,
yeah. Them are some violent sons of bitches. Not to mention, it is illegal to go over there because, you know, our common cold could pretty much wipe out that whole island.
Yeah, that's actually what the article says, that they could actually they could be wiped out by a common disease such as measles or the influenza. But I almost think about the Gods Must Be Crazy, where they had the Coke bottle and like it was so bad that the guy set off to try to like throw it off the ends of the earth and stuff, or give it back to the white folk. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah,
my
I do.
kids love that movie. I was kind of like, this is dumb, but whatever. But yeah, so the guy was arrested for going onto the island and leaving the can of Coke.
Whatever. This is bullshit. Is it more immoral or whatever to leave a people that could live a better life than the hardships that they face every day because they don't have medical, they don't have stuff. So is that more?
Those laws aren't just to protect them. They're to protect the other people. They've actually killed folks.
Well, go in there and give them Jesus. I mean, Jesus.
Oh, dear.
Give them Jesus?
Jesus is not the answer for everything.
No, it is. It is for those people.
It is not.
Give them Jesus. Give them Jesus. Like Jesus, just something I have in my pocket, and I'm just going to take it and hand it to them. Okay.
Whatever. That's garbage to leave these people just barely getting by and scraping by. No, give them some freaking culture. Give them some and get them out of the Stone Age. That's stupid. That's stupid.
Fine.
Okay. All right. Whatever you say.
That's right.
We have one more drinking thing. I'm just trying to find the article quick because I'm so out of control. But so remember last week we were talking about the guy who was like totally ripped because he drank his own urine. Well, apparently urine flasks were a thing in the Renaissance era. Era. See, I told you I'm totally drinking. Unearthed in the ruins of the Ospedale di Forniera Hospital, flasks like these were used by European doctors for centuries in order to diagnose diseases like jaundice and diabetes. Archaeologists in Rome have unearthed a trove of artifacts from the site of a Renaissance-era hospital built atop the ancient Caesar's Forum. Among these discoveries, most remarkable was a 500-year-old urine flask used for diagnosing ailments in what was one of history's most bizarre medical practices. The archaeological team initially excavated this 16th century hospital trash dump in 2021. The site sat within Caesar's Forum, an ancient symposium built in 46 BC to honor Emperor Julius Caesar. During the Renaissance, a baker's guild used the space to build their baker's hospital. Workers at the hospital then created the dump to manage the hospital's waste, where artifacts lay undisturbed for hundreds of years. The archaeological team partnered with the Caesar's Forum project to examine the hundreds of artifacts at the trash dump. The team primarily found ceramic vessels, coins, rosaries, glassware, but according to the team, they believe one of the items was used by patients at the hospital and that medical center may have provided patients with a gift basket consisting of a jug, a drinking glass, a bowl, and a plate. However, more than half of the glassware at the dump consisted of matula, the urine flask once used by doctors across Europe. Hospital staff used the flask to collect urine from patients for analysis and observation, including smelling and tasting at times. So, can you imagine being a doctor and having to taste someone's urine?
Yeah. Well, so apparently, apparently, I don't know because I haven't, tasted my urine in a long time. Not since the last time, anyway.
Okay, sorry. We're not skipping over that. When was the last time you tried your own urine?
I'm not. That is classified.
It's not classified.
It is. It's classified information. No, I was just saying that.
How
I was just saying that, but apparently,
whatever.
Your urine, if you have diabetes, your urine is sweeter tasting because your body is doing everything it can to get rid of it. And I'm getting called. Yeah, so it is. Yeah, it's sweet. Apparently, I don't know. I haven't peed in my own mouth in a while. Yeah.
I'm going to take your word for it because I ain't trying anybody's urine. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. Okay. But I mean, if you want, you're pre-diabetic, right? Or are you full diabetic?
No, I'm diabetic. However, I am.
Then piss and drink it and tell me if it's still sweet.
Okay, I'll do it.
You're not going to do it, liar.
And
you're not drinking someone's urine after they've done mushrooms to see if they'll get high. Okay. You're just not doing it.
No, you won't. Your body filters that part out.
Somebody told me that you do, though. Who was it reached out to me after the program aired last week to say that you absolutely will get high?
I don't know, but I don't believe that, but maybe you will.
I don't know. But anyway, you're just saying it to be saying it, I guess.
Yes.
But
we're going to need a try it person.
Well, I know, and Erica isn't here today. Erica, actually, I should have. So I jumped into this late and I was all out of my normal routine. But Erica is not with us tonight because Erica is trying this anal procedure. She's going to reach out to us next week and let us know what it is. All I know is ass play. That's all I know. So we're going to find out.
So you're telling me Erica likes anal?
Thought it was anal rejuvenation.
I mean, maybe she's doing does it fit with her butthole? I have no idea, but we'll figure that out later. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to move on to our friend Robert. Are you ready, Robert?
Yeah.
You're not fucking ready, are you?
I am.
You're here. All right. Let's
go for it. I'm ready.
That is disgusting.
You are one sick puppy.
It is now time for Robert's Urban Dictionary of the Week.
All right. And this week's Urban Dictionary of the Week is Wyoming mudslide.
Okay. Did I send this one to you?
No.
Okay.
It's when a girl wipes herself back to front, causing cross-contamination of the vaginal area, resulting in a mudslide like consistency. This phenomena is frequently occurring in females of Wyoming descent due to their lack of common sense and overall poor hygiene habits. So apparently, according to this, women of Wyoming don't have sense enough to wipe correctly.
Didn't they ever hear, Erica, you don't mix church and state? I mean, you just don't mix church and state, okay? Unbelievable. That's amazing. I'm so happy you shared that. You're supposed to be sharing the ones I sent you, by the way. Just a heads up. It's almost Easter. You're supposed to be sharing Easter ones.
Well, yeah, but that one was kind of sort of the same. So,
okay. All right.
But it says, this sentence says that drunk broad gave herself a Wyoming mudslide. What? No way. I'm taking her home tonight.
Wow.
So apparently people are really into this in Wyoming.
Yeah. People are into a lot of weird shit. A lot of weird shit. I don't know. But anyway, so that is your Urban Dictionary of the week. You can thank Robert for the nightmare later. At least it's not about a corpse. So that's always a plus.
Yeah.
We're going to move on since we're talking about the past in the previous conversation. We're going to go to a medieval nun. So, nun says it all. You can't do a lot of stuff when you're a nun because you are following the church and all those religious beliefs and stuff. But do you know that there was one nun who was like, I've had enough? Joan of Leeds created a makeshift dummy to throw Archbishop Melton off track. She then fled to town 30 miles away and was never seen again. Committing to the lifelong pursuit of being a nun and living in a convent is one that requires extreme commitment, particularly in the 14th century. For Joan of Leeds, a rather rebellious English nun at St. Clement's Nunnery in York, a change in pursuits required extreme measures, namely escape. Archivists of the University of York recently uncovered Joan's fascinating backstory while translating the digitizing 16 registers of York's archbishop's documents from 1304 and 1305. When they found was a tale of intrigue and admirable cunning as Joan faked her own death by creating a dummy in the likeness of her body and placing it among actual corpses before running away. Changing one's mind about life in a nunnery was a substantial faux pas at the time, due to both the gravity of the religious commitments being broken, as well as the limited agency women experienced in medieval times. York's religious leaders were highly displeased at her actions. She now wanders at large to the notorious peril of her soul and to the scandal of all of her order. Wrote an Archbishop York William Melton in 1318. From the surface evidence detailing Joan as using a dummy, burying it in a place that would strongly point to her being dead, escaping the covenant's structures was clearly a priority that outweighed any potential consequences or retribution. A note in the registry explained that impudently cast aside the religion and the modesty of her sex by faking her death in a cunning and nefarious manner, which had her stimulate a body illness where she pretended to be dead in a sacred place among real dead members of her religious order. But why did she do this? Because she wanted to be sexual, if we want to just say that. And that is the pursuit of carnal lust. Carnal Lust is the name of the show. So this is basically because of this article about this lady. She basically wanted to have a just a different career. And she apparently wanted to be with men. So she gave up her religious path in order to have sex.
She wanted to be a prostitute.
She did not want to be a prostitute.
Come on, you giving up one career for the D. You going full D. Yeah, she gonna be a prostitute.
You stop
From nun to hoe.
Yeah, she wanted the D and she couldn't have the D while she was with the J. So,
well, I mean, she's supposed to be married to Jesus. I mean, he don't satisfy his woman.
He didn't satisfy his woman. She went and found it somewhere else.
Oh shit, we're definitely going to hell now.
Yeah, well, I'm already on my way there. So,
right.
So moving on to another topic. Who here is a gun enthusiast? Who likes to have guns?
Who don't like guns?
Boom booing. So I found this article, which I actually had to think was another one of those. Is this a joke article? But apparently it's not. A Swiss politician was fined for buying a pink water pistol online.
Yeah, because those guys are anal about guns. Oh God, you can't even make a finger pointer. You get arrested.
Because I got you wet, I could do that without having a gun. Just saying. A Swiss politician was fined for buying pink water pistols online because authorities say the toys violated the country's weapon law. This guy's name I'm never going to pronounce right. Aguiar Zaitag reported that Mark Jazel, a member of the local council of Bux, a town west of Zurich, ordered water pistols in August through an ultra low-cost retailer Temu for his godchildren as a gift. He was fined. Okay, how much do you think his fine was? Because I'm assuming none of you did show prep and read the articles. How much was his fine? A little bit less than that. He was fined $7,390 for violation of the weapons law, arguing that it applied even to the pistols were imitations because they could be confused with real firearms despite their pink color.
It's stupid.
I mean,
yeah.
They do make pink guns, but they don't look nothing like a pink water pistol.
Yeah, I mean, it has like a little water, depending on the water pistol, it usually has like a little flimsy white little thing that you pull back. Yeah. You're going to tell me that could be confused with a pistol? Give me a fucking break.
And it's like the ones we had when we was kids, they only squirt about every third trigger pull.
Yeah, right. Right. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I when I was reading that, I'm like, this has got to be a joke. But then I realized it was from the Associated Press, so it definitely was not a joke. It was not.
Yeah, idiots.
Other things.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
A little bit. So I'm going to let you guys decide where we're going next. Do we want to go with monkey, ashes, or butt implant?
I mean, I'm kind of going with the butt implant thing.
All right. Let's go. Headline actually, this is from my local paper. Woman not expected to survive after botched butt implant procedure done at home.
Whoa.
What the fuck? How you do your own ass implant?
I am all for DIY shit, but when it comes to sticking shit in my body, I'm thinking I don't want to be doing that stuff at home.
I don't know. It just, to me, butt implant has a completely different meaning for me. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard that, Judy. Yeah. A New York City man has been charged with performing medical procedures without a license after a patient was left near death during a botched butt implant removal procedure. A butt implant removal procedure in his home. Prosecutors and law enforcement officials say on Thursday, Felipe Hoyos Ferranda injected a 31-year-old woman with a local anesthetic lidocaine, causing her to go into cardiac arrest, according to a criminal complaint. The woman was taken from the home in Queens, where a doctor said she is not expected to survive. The victim has not been named, but has no brain activity and shows evidence of lidocaine toxicity. Hoyos Ferrando, age 38, was apprehended at JFK International Airport attempting to board a flight.
Time to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Right? Don't you know you always just rent a car and get the fuck out of town? I mean, come on.
Right. And then go to the airport.
This is why it's so important that you ask your patients, what are you allergic to?
Or,
hello.
Don't be injecting people with shit you don't understand. But hey, whatever. Hoyos Ferrando promoted a range of cosmetic procedures on his TikTok account, where he was also sometimes identified himself as a doctor. One recent post touts his price for Botox, lip fillers, and other body sculpting. Another post shows him using a machine on a woman that he claims in a text written in Spanish as a safe and painless method to shape one's glutes and butt muscles. Other posts suggest that he also offered his services in Miami. Earlier this year, a Manhattan aesthetician was charged with injecting customers with counterfeit Botox as his medical spa after some of them complained that it made them sick. So always check with whoever's doing shit. Maybe go to licensed people and not just be like showing up at some random guy's house to see if he can remove your butt implant.
Yeah, don't go to a guy's garage to have your lip injected or your ass fixed.
Although if you want a free breast exam, Rusty is always willing.
Look, I am a certified breast examiner. I am also a certified gynecological consultant. I am not a doctor, but I will take a look. I'm just saying.
He will take a look. He definitely will.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. What do we want to do next? Monkey or ashes? Robert, you choose.
Yep. Monkey. Absolutely. That's what I was thinking.
All right. Are you ready? We all love our children. I mean, I don't have kids, but I still love kids. But I get when sometimes you might decide that you want to trade your kid for, I don't know, a monkey.
Yeah. I can see that.
A Missouri foster mother. A Missouri foster mother has been charged with child abuse and endangerment as authorities investigate whether she traded an adopted daughter to someone in Texas for a monkey.
I mean, I can totally understand. I don't condone it. That's terrible, but I certainly understand it.
Listen, as bad as kids are, at least they don't throw feces at you. At least I would hope they wouldn't, but monkeys. Yeah. The 70-year-old woman has been jailed on a $250,000 bond since her arrest over the weekend, with her next court appearance set on Tuesday. The Associated Press is not identifying her in an effort to not identify the child. No attorney is listed for the woman. The 1,500-person town in Winfield is about 45 miles northwest of downtown St. Louis.
Huh.
Yeah. So they've actually saying that this woman has been a foster or adoptive parent to over 200 children. I am just wondering, how many of them has she traded for things like, hey, I could use a new pair of shoes. You want my kid?
Like I said, I don't condone it. It's terrible, but I certainly understand it. And kids are, that's why they keep them cute when they're really young, so you don't strangle them.
With the barter system, that would be pretty lucrative.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need a new car. My car needs to be fixed. You want my kid?
Right.
There you go.
All right.
I'll trade you Bobby here for that set of tires.
Yeah, right.
I just need some weed. Could you want my kid from some weed? All right. Last story. Well, not last story, but the last one we're going to talk about before we get to our little game that I hope you guys wrote down your answers.
Oh, I did.
All right. Toddler caught on TikTok eating his grandfather's ashes.
Okay.
A mother learned the hard way to always keep an eye on her toddler after she discovered he was eating her father's ashes. Natasha, under the name of whatever, posted a video on TikTok on Tuesday showing her son walking around her living room covered in a gray powder. She showed a storage unit with an urn sitting on top of it, a lid open, and the container completely empty. The mother continued to film, showing the powder scattered on the floor and across her couch. And Emily, who then pans over to her son, who has the powder under his mouth and is crying, "Oh my God, when your son eats your dad's ashes. My son ate my dad's ashes."
Well, whatever.
Is this kind of like the church saying this is the body of Christ given to you? Because that's like
there you go.
Right? Okay, so that's all.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is not. It is not.
He was consuming grandpa's information.
Yeah.
Maybe that ain't the first time he had grandpa in his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Oh God.
Wrong.
I'm out. I'm out. Oh my
What
God.
is wrong with you? There's a line and you crossed it. Like it's here and you're over here. You're not even on the, you're so far away from the line you can't even see the line. What is wrong with you?
Put me back on. Shit, I forgot I can't do
Say
that.
her father was a priest, okay? Calm down.
Oh, well, there you go. He probably has. Yeah, never mind. That's terrible.
All right, so we're going to play a game. If you're in the chat, I want you to drop a couple of items. I want you to consider what you feel could have been left in an Uber. If you were going to go over a list of things that you thought might have been lost and found in an Uber, what would they be? I'm going to give you just a couple of seconds to think about that.
All right. I got it.
All right. You got it?
I got it.
Well, they don't have it yet. So
Okay.
I'm going to give them a couple of seconds while we watch an interesting video that I have to, again, pull up because apparently I closed it out by mistake. So my bad, people.
Way to go, Beaver.
I know. You think it's like I'm controlling all the sound and everything else. And how dare I F it up? I mean, come on. Where did I put it? Did I not put it in the chat here somewhere? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, here it is. I got it. So while you guys are writing down what you think could be found in an Uber, I'm going to share a video with you. This is kind of genius, but also kind of thievery. So here we go. Ready? Apparently, we do not need the crappy music. So for those of you who are listening on the podcast, it shows a claw machine and a little kid. So what these people do is they stick the kid in the hole. The kid climbs up into the claw machine, and he is getting all the prizes and throwing them down the chute so the people waiting can get all the prizes. Now, this happened in Russia. And they've won everything, every prize. That is how you win at a claw machine. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
They're freaking cleaning it out.
Now people going to be stuffing their fucking kids in claw machines.
And somebody's going to get stuck or somebody's going to get hurt. Do not try this at Walmart or anywhere else where there's a claw machine. But can you believe that? And now they can't get the kid out because they didn't think about taking the big puffy coat off of him before they threw him into the claw machine. But they get him out, and that's that. That's that. Okay, now that you have had time to mark down what you thought could have been left in a claw machine, in an Uber.
Yeah.
I want you to list something that you felt could have been left behind in an Uber, and I'll see if it's on the list.
All right. We ready?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say purses.
Okay.
I'm gonna say coats. Maybe or clothing. Coats or clothing. iPads or phones. You know, that kind of electronical stuff. I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna throw it out there because it's weird. Sex toys.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, let's see, that's 3. Huh? Judy says grandpa's ashes, so I'll throw that in there. Ashes.
The little kid ate those. The little kid ate those. So
and I'm gonna say weapons. That's my 5.
Robert?
Drugs.
Nothing else? Only drugs? People are only leaving drugs behind?
Well, I mean, he covered most of what I was thinking. I figured the number one thing probably left in there would be a coat.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of the unique things that might have been left behind. So the most unique items that have been left behind in an Uber were a mannequin head with human hair, a chainsaw,
what?
A Ghostbusters trap, a container of fresh breast milk, a live pet turtle, a urinal, a set of Shrek ears, 10 live lobsters,
wow,
15 hookahs,
all right,
a bouquet of 100 red roses. First of all, how the fuck do you leave behind 100 red roses?
How the fuck do you leave behind 15 hookahs?
I don't know.
Look, this is rigged because you were like things, common things or whatever that were left behind.
These could be left behind in an Uber. I never said common. I never said unique.
Okay,
I mean, just wait till we get like a Samsung side by side refrigerator on the fucking
No,
list.
nothing like that. Somebody's divorce papers.
Okay.
A taxidermied rabbit. A Viking drinking horn.
Oh, that's pimp.
This one is kind of interesting. A bucket of feta cheese. How much fucking feta cheese are you eating that you need a fucking bucket of it? Like, what are you doing with a bucket of feta cheese? This is
Maybe
like a bucket of peanut butter, right?
You judgmental bastard.
Here we go. A 5-gallon bucket of beans. I mean, how much fucking gas do you want? That's not how gas fills your car.
So that's obviously a Russian Uber. Yeah, that's obviously Russian.
English. Do you not know the English eat beans for breakfast?
That could be a fucking Mexican Uber. What is their refund?
It was Russian. It was Russian. Those Russian guys.
How about this? 175 hamburger sliders.
Damn.
Shit, I'm cool with that. You want to leave that in my car?
No shit.
Here's the other one. 108 eggs. Okay, that's a tip. That's a nice tip because eggs are expensive. So hello. Those are some of the oddities that people have left behind in Ubers. And I found that fascinating because, seriously, 100 red roses. Do you know how much room that takes up? How do you just leave and not take that with you? And even 15 or 10 live lobsters. That has
drunk ass
type of container or something.
Drunk ass.
Something weird. I don't know.
Yeah, but come on, as an Uber driver, if you're getting in my car with 100 fucking roses, I'm gonna know that.
Right. And they just leave it. They just leave it in the car. Oh, and the other one, Ozempic. Maybe they left it behind because they thought you were fat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Ozempic.
Yeah, one's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Right. All right, Rusty, I'm going to turn it over to you. You got anything for us tonight?
All right. Yes, I do. So we have some interesting events that happened on this day. I didn't realize this, but I did see a documentary on this day in 1815. Mount Tambora erupted, which is the largest eruption in history, recorded history. So Mount Tambora experienced several centuries of dormancy before 1815. It was heard. Let's see, where'd it go? It was heard like 2,500 miles away when this thing exploded, and it caused. So if you go back in history and you look, Ireland experienced the summer, or the year without summer. And this was because of this Mount Tambora eruption, and it lowered the overall temperature of the earth, which caused the Irish famine, which caused a lot of Irish to go to America. So, and when you go back and watch this documentary, it killed people hundreds of miles away with the pyroclastic flow.
Where did this where was this volcano erupting?
So it happened in the so it happened over really close to India.
Okay.
The whole mountain was turned into a flowing mass of liquid fire. Pumice stones up to 8 inches in diameter started to rain down, followed by ash. Pyroclastic flows cascaded down the mountain to the sea, and damn it, struck the shores of various islands with a height of up to 4 meters. It was a terrible thing, and it is awesome because it was recorded. There were boats, there were steamboats that were in the ocean when the tidal waves come across. It was unbelievable. The largest volcanic eruption. The eruption caused a volcanic winter during the northern hemisphere summer of 1816. Global temperatures were cooled by almost a full degree. It directly or indirectly caused 90,000 deaths. While there were other eruptions, Tambora is classified as a VEI 7 eruption, and that quantifies the amount of ejected material. It released sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere, causing global climate anomaly in the northern spring and summer 1815. Yeah, whatever. It screwed everything up, and it killed lots of people.
Whatever. It killed a bunch of motherfuckers. It's okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting if you can find it. I don't know what the name of it was, but I'm sure if you look up Mount Tambora thing, whatever. Also on this day, 1633, the first bananas go on sale in London in the shop window of Thomas Johnson's apothecary. Now that's kind of weird to think about. So 1633, we didn't know about bananas, until then. Let's see, Kubla Khan, 1816. Samuel Taylor Coleridge recites the poem of Kubla Khan to follow with whatever. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Lee, 1865. Yeah.
Going back real quick to the volcano, you was talking about the first recorded history of it, which got me to wondering about actual recorded history. And it turns out that the first recordings in history go back to 3500 BCE. So that's pretty impressive. That means that probably was the biggest one because they would have recorded them all.
Right. Also on this day, General Lee's farewell address at Appomattox Courthouse, Confederate General Robert E. Lee issues General Order Number 9 of his last orders to end the Civil War. Also, this is notable for Beaver. 1866, on this day, the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals is formed. That seems like a long time ago. I don't know.
People are still really fucking cruel to animals.
Yeah, they are. People suck.
I know they do, and not in a good way.
No.
Anything uplifting, Rusty?
No, nothing.
No push-ups.
On this day in 1912, this is uplifting. On this day, 1912, the RMS Titanic set sail from Southampton.
Yeah, everybody died. Thanks a lot, Rusty.
Hey, Rusty's out here. Well, check this one out. 1934, a baby caught fire, just spontaneously combusted.
Yeah. So
the Titanic.
Whatever. Jackie Robinson's MLB contract in 47. Jackie Robinson becomes the first black player 20th century to sign a Major League Baseball contract. All right, there you go.
Timmy fell in a well and he couldn't tell anybody about it. And then he died.
This is a good movie. And if you haven't seen it, I suggest you see it. 1957, 12 Angry Men. directed by Sidney Lumet, starring Henry Fonda. That is a very good movie, and if you haven't seen it, you should. That is a very very
What's
good
it
movie.
about?
So it's about
Brief synopsis.
it's about a somebody who's on trial for murder, and what the jurors have to go through back and forth about, if he's guilty or if he's innocent, and it's pretty good. It's really really good. On this day, 1970, Paul McCartney officially announces the breakup of the Beatles in a press release promoting his solo album.
But was
So
that
there
really
you
a
go.
bad thing? I mean, I think that would be cause to celebrate. You
Robert,
ain't got to listen to their bullshit no more.
Wow. I mean, they
I
put
will
out some
never
good stuff,
accuse
man.
this. Some people really love the Beatles. You either love the Beatles or you don't. I'm just kind of like, whatever. J May, it was a play too, wasn't it? I believe it was.
Yeah.
I believe it was a play. I kind of feel like I remember hearing that. What else?
I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff nobody cares about. Anyway, so that's all I got. That's all I got.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's all good. I care. I do care. But we are winding down to the end of the show. We're gonna find out what Erica's butt play was next week. We'll have her give an update on. I don't know if she was playing Does It Fit or,
She was. Don't let her lie to you. She was playing.
Yeah.
Was it fit? Does it fit?
either that or she was trying the whole tampon soaked alcohol in her ass to see if the stuff in her ass would get her drunker faster than her vagina. I don't know.
Oh, that'll fuck you up. You got to be careful with that. You'll die from alcohol.
Yeah,
poisoning.
no. So as far as that goes, no kidding. There was a family that their boat sunk in the ocean somewhere. You can look it up. And the wife was a nurse, and she knew they were going to die of dehydration. So she actually took the gas tube or whatever and give her children and her husband enemas with this to keep them hydrated, and it kept them alive.
The salt water.
Yeah, it filtered
I
out.
heard about that.
Yeah, and that's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah, I would have never even thought to do anything like that.
I mean, that's a new kink. Your mom giving you a saltwater enema.
It's not a kink.
That shit's taking it to a new level right there. I mean, if your dad throwed in a hand job, I mean, god damn, you got the trifecta going.
Wow.
We are just going to walk away from this bullshit right now because I can't think of anything else to top Robert's depravity.
Oh my God. Yep, I gotta go. Love you guys. Thank you, Beaver, for letting me be on.
Bye.
J-May, bye everybody. Amy Joe, thanks for stopping by.